We are built for this network, for the strong, not the weak.
I was the left cornerback, so I had to come across the field. No, that's the other side. I had to come across the field to get Bo. I went and got Bo.
You went and got him?
But when I got there, Bo.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, really?
He did.
Now we're talking about Bo Jackson here. Bo would dominate in football and baseball just the way he dominated in the late 80s.
That's about as embarrassing a thing as can happen to you as a defensive player.
There are things about him that simply, you know, you can't duplicate. The Bo Jackson, the size, the speed, the power. I mean, he had all of that.
And he makes the catch. Bo Jackson timing that high drive by.
When you looked at Bo Jackson compete, there was something obvious about his greatness.
You know, that's like Muhammad Ali or something. So fast and so sharp and hit so quick that you stun the guys trying to tackle you. He's just so quick. Look at that burst, banging into people.
And joining me now is the ESPN Sports Science greatest athlete of all time, Mr. Bo Jackson.
Hit well to center field. Deion Sanders going back to the wall, and it is gone. Bo Jackson homers.
What made Bo a great athlete? Where do you start?
To achieve that level of greatness and sustain it in one sport, how you gonna have it to give to another?
The Kingdom in Seattle, Washington. It'll be a noisy sellout crowd for tonight's meeting of the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Raiders. He and Bosworth one-on-one, and Jackson just shoves him into the end zone.
You can't tell me that Bo Jackson didn't arrive on Earth naked in a blue ball of lightning.
No, it's Super Bowl.
Even though you've been raised with a human being, you're not one of them. You have great power.
He's the only player in NFL history to run more than 90 yards for a touchdown twice in one season.
And nobody catches Bo. Touchdown. He may not stop in Tacoma. He's gone. Portland. Just went by Spokane.
He's the only athlete ever to compete at all-star level in 2 professional sports.
It is arguably the greatest athlete in the history of pro sports.
He's got world-class speed and enormous strength, coupled with surprisingly supple coordination.
Jackson wears baseball and football, and you did football.
Leading on, the American League's top vote getter of 1989, Bo Jackson.
That Bo down there, that's a pretty interesting hobby he has for his vacation. When baseball ends, he winds up playing football.
The dude hit 32 homers and was an all-star for the Royals, and he was a Pro Bowl running back.
1989 Major League Baseball All-Star Game. He led off the game with a monster homer off Rick Russell, named MVP.
There's Bo Jackson. He reverses, comes back, gets a block.
He clocked a 4.1240. Still, the fastest 40 ever recorded in combine history.
We may be watching history tonight.
What are little boys' dreams made of? Touchdown runs on the gridiron, home runs in an all-star game. What do you call a kid who does both? Well, his mother called him Vincent Edward Jackson, but America knows him as Bo Jackson.
A combination of speed and power.
He is heading around third.
There's nothing overrated about Bo Jackson.
Throw is not going to get him inside the park home run.
Bo grew up with 9 brothers and sisters. The name comes from them because he was as tough as a boar hog, only they pronounced it Bo Hog.
Many believe he is bound for the Hall of Fame in both baseball and football, something no athlete's ever done.
Jackson has some room. One man to beat, and from behind, Kevin Walker saves another touchdown.
Didn't look like he got crushed.
He slid down and grabbed my legs, and when he grabbed, I pulled my left leg free. And running as fast as I was, he clamped down on my right leg and was able to hold onto my right leg and stop me in my tracks. I was running with such force, my momentum kept going forward.
If he'd have been a less powerful athlete, he probably wouldn't have had that kind of shearing force to his hip joint, and he would have gone down in a tackle and he would have been fine.
Walker, as he made the tackle, had only the one leg to grab, and apparently Bo Jackson, shaken up a bit, has not gotten to his feet as yet.
The Royals were full of hope, of course, at the time that he would be able to recover from that and go on and play. But as time went by and it became more and more obvious that he wasn't going to be the Bo Jackson of old, they just made the very difficult decision to let him go.
I would like to be in that body just one day and play baseball, just to see what it's like to run that fast.
Every sport that Bo competed in, he was pretty good at it.
Bo Jackson was a man and a half.
Toward the corner in left field, it's going to be up to Bo Jackson to try to stop Reynolds from scoring. He can't do it. Yes, he can! I don't believe it. He made an absolutely perfect throw.
So let's start playing. I'm the Raiders. I'm Bo Jackson. Bye-bye.
See, Peter, he's too fast.
You gotta tackle me. It's B. You gotta press B.
I'm pressing B. He's too fast.
Going over here? Going over here now?
Bo Jackson also played professional baseball.
Shut up, Joe. Everybody knows that.
A touchdown! Yeah! I won the game, and now I'm gonna jump Bo Jackson!
Once again, it's on. It's your man H-Rap B. This is built for this network. This is the End of the Bench podcast. Thank you for tuning in. It's been real. As you know, sports is about to pop off again, or maybe not. But I got a lot to talk about, as usual. I want to thank you for tuning in. And always remember, this is a podcast. The reason I say that is because a lot of people always tell me, B, I missed your show, which is foolish, but whatever. Because this is a podcast, what a podcast is on-demand entertainment. You can listen to this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can listen to it 10 times, 100 times, or 1,000 times. There's one episode. You can listen to it as many times so you can fit into this until your lifetime. So when you say you missed my show, that just means you didn't really want to listen to it. You don't have to really tell me that. I'm okay with it. But if you have to leave early, you want to continue, like what you're hearing, you want to continue, you can come back to Spreaker. You can go to YouTube. You can go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Cast, Castbox, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Alexa, or the Google Dot. And just say, pay bill for this network, and then you can find the End of the Bench and the rest of the people that are on the network. Thank you for tuning in. Every week, what I do is acknowledge my ancestors, because when you acknowledge them with respect, they send down blessings and protection to you and your listeners. I was taught that anytime you speak in front of publicly speaking, you should do so So I want to acknowledge my family with the last name Whitmore and everybody affiliated: Turner, Battle, Cotton, Harper, Bailey, Crisp, Lansdowne, Liggins, Duncan, and everybody who listens on a weekly basis know that me and my father, my sisters, my brother, we make up the Williams clan. We in the building. I just got a little bad news. Sending a prayer to my cousin Mike and his family. I don't know if he want me to tell y'all his business, but I just sent a prayer out to him. Things ain't right, but they will be. They will be. Praying for you, cuz. Much love. He always listening. He's in the Jacksonville, Florida area. Orlando, I'm sorry. He's in the Orlando, Florida area. Praying for you, cuz. Make sure everything is cool. I'll rap with you right after the show. Man, and again, man, I always listen to Built for this network. If you receive the link from me, all you have to do is click the link and come right on in. And then we'll get at you one at a time. You know what I mean? And I see I got a couple people asking for the call-in number. I'm putting it into the chat room right now. It's a full plate, and I always had a call line open. There it is. 773-797-2409, 773-797-2409. This music is a little loud. Hopefully it's not for you. I'm going to turn it down either way. Man, it's been an interesting week, man. As my main man, fellow hitmaker D-Gray coined it, the boo-boo flu. Looks like it's ratcheting up. Make sure you are taking care of yourself, your loved ones, and doing everything you can to make sure you get through this week and this chaos. Now, with that being said, man, welcome aboard. It's the end of the bench. Let's get it cracking. The NBA, man. The NBA is ratcheting up. But y'all know I'm a former football player. Basketball is my first girlfriend. Baseball is my first love, but I married football. Period. Point blank, period. That's how I went. But I always have a special place in my heart for basketball. Basketball is a complicated game. Well, the game is complicated. The people are complicated. We'll start off with Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard made a big fuss about, oh man, this social justice thing and this, that, and the third. And then him and Kyrie Irving and Avery Bradley made a big deal about not playing and the whole get down with the social unrest. And this is an opportunity, blah, 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 yakety smacky. When it all shook out, the only person who was really serious was William Avery. Or Avery Bradley, excuse me. He was the only one really serious. He's the only one that didn't play. And it's kind of embarrassing, man. It's truly embarrassing that they used that opportunity to pretend that they were down for something, then you go ahead and play. You go get John Carlos, and we're serious about this. And then, again, you're making a mockery of this shit, man. People are losing their lives. People don't have time for you to be pump faking, as my nephew says. And when you pump fake like that, you really make a mockery of the movement. It's not to be played with, man. People are laying their lives on the line, their futures on the line, and things of that nature. And you guys out here pretending that you're down for a cause. Because like I said at the beginning of it, if you were really down for the cause, why you've been black for at least 25 years, at a minimum. And with Dwight Howard and Kyrie, y'all been black 30 years. So, oh man, I ain't down. You know, it shouldn't take somebody getting killed in the street for you to be down. But anyway, the bubble's about to start, and it's been one problem after the next. And one of the problems is a lot of these guys are testing COVID positive, which is scary as hell, man. We don't know what the hell's going on with this nonsense. We can't put our finger on it. We can't do none of that stuff. So while as sports fans, we love to talk about sports. We love the sports debate. And, shows like my show, Rocket Show, Trey and Mike Show, the Barbershop Show, Vince Wright, or whoever you're listening to at this point. We love to talk about sports, and we need things to talk about. But I don't want to talk about somebody getting sick and dying or spreading this to their family. But it's just kind of interesting that a lot of people are calling for this. I like sports, man. I mean, it is what it is. But I want you to understand, if I never watched another sporting event